India's dream in Iran has collapsed because of the war, and their 10-year investment in Iran has gone to nothing. Well, 2 years ago, India invested tens of billions of dollars into something called the Chabahar port. The Chabahar port was planned to be the biggest port in Iran, and it was about to be finished to completion before the war in Iran started. Now, because of how important the Chabahar port was, it was actually exempt from the sanctions against Iran. However, when the war against Iran started, America placed sanctions onto all of Iran, including the Chabahar port. Now, India managed to lobby America into allowing the Chabahar port to be exempt. However, that exemption runs out today. And as soon as those sanctions get put into place onto the Chabahar port, India's investment will go to nothing. Now, to understand the significance of the Chabahar port, you need to know what comes before it. The Chabahar port is the end and the beginning of a very important supply line. A supply line that has been called the North-South Transport Corridor. Instead of sending cargo on ships around the sea, which takes ages, Russia built a railway from St. Petersburg all the way down to the Chabahar ports in Iran. It goes through many countries to get there, however, it saves Russia billions of dollars and weeks worth of transport. This means Russia and Iran can do more trade and make more money. India, though, wanted to capitalize on it, and a few years ago, they decided to turn Chabahar, the end of that railway, into a port. It was already a port, but India wanted to invest in it and make it bigger so that it could supply the world. And this meant that India could join that north-south transport corridor and have a fast way to send materials from India up to St. Petersburg. It also allowed them to connect to all the other countries that the railway goes through, which usually you wouldn't be able to get to. However, now, because of the war in Iran and the American sanctions coming into place on the Chabahar port today, it seems that this is the end of the road for India's dream in Chabahar, and they will not get the benefits of the north-south transport corridor. And this could really damage relations with the US, to be fair, because India was gambling on this. They put a lot of money into it, thinking that it was going to benefit them forever. However, it seems that that won't happen. And if we get some more details about this, which I'm sure we will over the next few months, then I'm going to be the person to keep you up to date on this. So leave me a follow, because I cover the news that you won't find anywhere else like this.